When you wake up in the morning, just take a moment to realize how lucky you are to be alive. You may have heard of Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor and wise philosopher. He often talked about the power of waking up early and starting your day with purpose. He believed that a strong morning routine can help you handle everything that comes your way throughout the day. Now, let's be clear. Sleep isn't something to feel guilty about. It's not laziness. Sleep helps your body and mind recharge, and that energy is what allows you to chase your goals and build the life you want. In this video, we're going to look at 10 simple Stoic principles you can use to shape your mornings in a way that supports your long-term dreams. Because at the end of the day, big success is really just the result of small, consistent habits done over time. Let's begin. 1. Find your telos. Every person walking this earth needs one thing, a reason, not just to exist, but to live fully. The ancient Greeks called it telos, your ultimate aim, the purpose behind your actions, the bigger why that makes the struggle worth it. Marcus Aurelius woke up every day to serve his duty as emperor. That was his telos. Seneca wrote, taught, and mentored. That was his. Epictetus, born a slave, lived free in his mind. That was his. What about you? What pulls you forward? What vision keeps you disciplined when comfort calls? What version of yourself are you building? Each morning, before the world steals your attention, ask yourself, am I walking toward my telos today? Purpose creates discipline. Discipline creates freedom. Freedom creates peace. Marcus Aurelius woke up every morning reminding himself, at dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, remind yourself, I have work to do as a human being. And if you don't know it yet, that's okay. The search for your telos is part of your purpose. Start exploring. Start asking yourself, what lights me up? What drains me? Who do I want to serve? What life would I be proud of at the end? Because once you find it, every morning becomes a gift, not something you endure, but something you step into, fully alive. 2. Get ready for your mornings. As Marcus Aurelius once said, all our efforts must be directed toward the end, or we act in vain. If what you're doing doesn't lead to a good outcome, it won't work at all. Becoming a morning person takes more than just setting your alarm for 5 a.m. and hoping it works. People who make the most of their mornings don't just have a plan for when they wake up. They also have a plan for the night before. While you can't control what happens once you're asleep, you do have control over what you do before bed, and that can make getting out of bed much easier. Start by cutting back on screen time before you sleep. Less TV, less scrolling on your phone. Make a promise to yourself to start this tonight. No phone in bed. Then, set yourself up for success in the morning. For example, if you plan to read or journal when you wake up, place your book and journal right on your nightstand before going to bed. That way, when you open your eyes, everything you need is right there, making it easier to get started without excuses. This little habit only takes a minute, but helps you stay consistent. Another thing that can ruin your sleep is going to bed with worries on your mind, whether it's money, relationships, or work. You've probably experienced lying in bed replaying problems over and over. If there's something you can fix before bed, do it. But if it's out of your control, practice calming yourself down. One simple way is deep breathing. Slowly inhale while counting to 5, then exhale while counting to 5 again. This tells your body that everything is okay. Your muscles relax, your heart rate slows down, and your mind starts to quiet, helping you drift off to sleep. The better you sleep, the better your mornings will be. These small changes, avoiding screens, planning ahead, and calming your mind, can help you build better mornings and make your days more productive. 3. Avoid distractions. After waking up, Marcus Aurelius once said, "Focus on every minute like a Roman, like a man, by doing what's in front of you and letting go of everything else." You see, some mornings, the moment we wake up, we're already being pulled in different directions, often without even realizing it. You might grab your phone and get lost scrolling through random videos on WhatsApp. Or maybe there's a new episode of your favorite show. Then the news hits you with something tragic. Instagram notifications pop up. Text messages roll in. And let's not forget, the dishes are still in the sink, the bills haven't been paid, and a dozen other small tasks are waiting for you. Even if you wake up early, distractions are everywhere. Some days it feels like the world is working overtime just to throw you off track. And most of these distractions, they disguise themselves as productive. 4. Wake up consistently. Marcus Aurelius once said you should build your life action by action and be satisfied if each one moves you closer to your goal. No one can stop you when you take full responsibility for your life. The more responsibility you take, the more power you have to change or create the life you want. If you really want to wake up early every day, you need to make it part of your routine. And that takes consistency. Self-discipline is simply the habit of staying consistent. It's about finding the motivation to do something over and over until it becomes automatic. That's when you start seeing real results. Like James Clear explains in Atomic Habits, real change doesn't happen overnight. It's small actions, repeated over and over, that eventually transform your life. Just 1% better every day. That's enough. Building a habit happens in stages. It's not all smooth sailing. You can break it down like this. The first 10 days, the hardest part. The first 10 days of starting any new habit can feel almost unbearable. If your goal is to wake up early, your mornings might sound like this. "Oh no, it's already morning. I don't want to get up, I'm so tired. I need more sleep. Where's the coffee?" And then you hit snooze. This is normal. The problem is that most people don't realize these first 10 tough days are only temporary. They assume the habit will always feel this hard, so they give up too soon. The next 10 days, a little easier. Once you push past those first 10 days, the next phase gets easier. You're still uncomfortable, but you've started to adjust. You're building confidence and you're starting to notice the benefits of waking up early. At this point, you just need to stay disciplined and keep going. The last 10 days, the transformation. By the final 10 days, you're transforming. You go from saying, "I'm not a morning person," to fully believing, "I am a morning person." Instead of dreading your alarm, you might actually feel excited to wake up, because you've now been doing it for over 20 days. You're starting to see real results, and it's becoming part of who you are. As James Clear puts it, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to become. Each time you wake up early, you're casting a vote for your future self. 5. Take it easy on yourself. Marcus Aurelius taught us to look at difficult moments and ask, "Why is this so unbearable? Why can't I handle it?" Often, the truth is that our brains are wired for instant gratification. We want short-term comfort more than long-term rewards. That's why so many people fail in those first 10 days. We tell ourselves, "If this is what it's going to feel like forever, I don't want to do it." And when we slip up and wake up late, we often procrastinate by saying, "I'll start next Monday or next month." But the key is to keep going. The ability to push through these tough moments is what builds real discipline and strength. Life isn't always predictable. We don't control everything, but we do control how we spend our days. Each new day is a fresh start, a new chance to do better. So if you slept in today, forgive yourself. Start fresh tomorrow. Anyone can commit to doing their best for one day, and then another and another. 6. Practice discipline in little things. Marcus Aurelius once said that we should train ourselves in small things first, and from there, we'll be ready for bigger challenges. For example, let's say you're stuck in traffic. Instead of getting angry, honking, or complaining out loud, practice staying calm. Sure, you might feel frustrated, but don't let a small inconvenience take over your whole mood. That's the kind of small discipline that builds real strength over time. Actually, the word discipline comes from the Latin word disciplina, which means teaching or instruction. When we practice discipline in small areas of life, we're constantly shaping ourselves. We're building mental toughness one choice at a time. Take waking up early, for example. You can train yourself by making a few simple changes. One helpful way is to place your alarm clock far from your bed. This forces you to get up and walk to turn it off. And once you're up and moving, it's easier to stay awake because movement naturally creates energy. If the alarm is right beside you, it's too easy to hit snooze or turn it off. And honestly, snoozing doesn't even make sense. It's like saying, I don't want to wake up, so I'll make myself wake up multiple times instead. The goal is simple. Once you're up, don't give yourself time to negotiate. Get out of the room and start your day before your brain tries to pull you back into bed. Another small habit you can build is making your bed right after you wake up. It might seem minor, but it gives you a small win right at the start of your day. That little sense of accomplishment builds momentum for everything else you'll face. 7. Find an accountability partner. When you've decided that waking up early is part of your purpose, it really helps to have someone to hold you accountable. An accountability partner is someone who helps you stick to your commitments. This could be a friend, a family member, or even a colleague. Ideally, someone who's already achieved what you're aiming for. In this case, someone who has built a strong morning routine. Choose someone who shares your values, who's reliable, and who genuinely wants to see you succeed. When you know you have to check in with someone who cares about your progress, it gives you extra motivation, even on tough days when you might be tempted to give up. Having someone in your corner helps you stay on track, stay consistent, and keep showing up, even when it gets hard. And it's a good reminder, if you can handle the small things, you'll be much stronger when the big challenges show up. 8. Remember death. Marcus Aurelius tells us, since it is possible that you might depart from life this very moment, regulate every act and thought accordingly. The Stoics made it a habit to reflect on death regularly. This practice is called memento mori, meaning remember that you will die. But this isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to inspire you, to help you focus on what truly matters. Your house, your money, your fame, they're all temporary. They can be taken from you at any moment. The only thing that stays with you is your character, your values, and your actions. Your character will guide you through life and define your legacy. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, practiced this daily reflection. Each morning, he would mentally prepare himself by asking, if today were my last day, am I living in a way I'll be proud of? This question brings clarity. It forces you to make changes when you realize you're spending too many days doing things you hate. As Marcus Aurelius also said, it's not death that a man should fear, but never having begun to truly live. 9. Practice negative visualization. Every morning, Marcus Aurelius advised, when you wake up, remind yourself, today you will meet people who are rude, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and stubborn. They behave this way because they don't know good from evil. Instead of imagining a perfect world, the Stoics practiced seeing life as it really is. This is called negative visualization, and it's one of the most powerful Stoic tools. It's about keeping your expectations in check, being honest with yourself about what might go wrong, and preparing for it ahead of time. Ask yourself, what could go wrong today? How would I handle it? Can I stay calm if things don't go as planned? By thinking through possible problems, you're less likely to be caught off guard when challenges happen. You'll be more prepared and much calmer. when things don't go your way. For example, let's say you have plans to meet a friend, but you've already thought about the chance that they might cancel at the last minute. So if they do, you're not frustrated or disappointed. You simply adjust your plans and enjoy your extra free time. And if they show up, great, you enjoy the moment. Either way, you stay in control. Or imagine you have an important presentation. You've already pictured yourself getting nervous, stumbling over words, or facing tough questions. But because you rehearsed these scenarios in your mind, you walk in feeling steady. You control your emotions and deliver confidently. When you regularly practice negative visualization, you become less afraid of challenges. You feel less anxious because you've already mentally prepared for what might happen. And if things do go wrong, you handle it calmly, wisely, and without falling apart. 10. Appreciate your life. In one of his most beautiful reflections, Marcus Aurelius said, "To the gods I am indebted for having good grandparents, good parents, a good sister, good teachers, good associates, good relatives and friends. Almost everything is good." Marcus was being honest and humble. He recognized that who he became wasn't just because of his own efforts, but because of the many people who helped shape him along the way. And most importantly, he showed gratitude for all of it. We can do the same. One of the easiest ways to practice this is by keeping a gratitude journal. It's simple. You don't need some huge, life-changing event to feel grateful. In fact, it's often the small, everyday things that matter most. Every night, before you go to bed, take a moment and write down 3 to 5 things you're grateful for. Maybe you had a tough day at work, but you're home now, safe, with your family or your pet. Maybe it's just the fact that you made it through another day, alive and breathing. That's worth being grateful for, too. This small habit can have a big impact. When you end your day with gratitude, you sleep more peacefully. And when you wake up, you're already in a better mindset to face the new day with confidence. Because here's something important. Your first thought in the morning is often influenced by your last thought before you sleep. We've all had nights when we were too excited to sleep. Maybe before a trip, a new job, or a big event. And when the alarm went off, you jumped out of bed full of energy. But the opposite happens too. If you go to bed thinking, "I'm exhausted. I can't believe I have to wake up early tomorrow," you wake up feeling like you just want to stay in bed. That's why it's so powerful to end your day with positive thoughts. Before you sleep, be grateful. Forgive yourself for any mistakes you made today. And tell yourself, tomorrow is a new day and I'll give it my best. Things don't change. We change. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.